Welcome back to another episode of the Motivational Mic, the show where we amplify real stories of resilience, courage, and the power of turning pain into purpose. On this episode of the Motivational Mic, we're honored to share the story of a woman whose strength, resilience, and grace in the face of unimaginable hardship is nothing short of extraordinary. Marisa Cogswell, a 32-year-old mother who has spent the past 8 years in a battle with cancer. What began as a diagnosis just 6 weeks after giving birth quickly became a defining journey. One that has tested her limits, reshaped her perspective, and illuminated the true meaning of perseverance. Through rounds of treatment, setbacks, and uncertainty, Marisa has continued to show up for her family, her faith, and herself, with honesty, courage, and heart. In this conversation, Marisa opens up about the emotional weight of living with cancer, the beauty she's found in the hardest moments, and the legacy she hopes to leave behind. Not in spite of her diagnosis, but because of the way she's chosen to live through it. This episode is raw and a moving reminder of what it means to fight for your life while still fully living it. Let's welcome Marisa Cogswell to the show. Hi Marisa, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. How's your day been so far?
Can't complain. How about you?
It's been pretty good. Yeah, I just got home from school. Been
Oh,
pretty busy
nice.
with that, but I'm ready to get this episode of the Motivational Mic going.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so before we get started, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, just a brief overview. My name is Marisa Cogswell. I'm 32 years old. I live in the Austin, Texas area. I also apologize for my voice. My cancer is pressing on my vocal cords, so there's that. But let's see, I'm married to my high school sweetheart. I have two pups, both Boston Terriers, and I've been in the cancer community for 8 years now. So.
Yeah, so when were you first diagnosed?
I was diagnosed in September of 2017, about 6 weeks after my daughter was born.
No, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
That must have been really tough.
that was, yeah, an infant and cancer is probably not the best to go together, but we made do.
Yeah, I was diagnosed, I had Ewing sarcoma in 2019.
Okay.
So I was able to beat that. I had 14 rounds of chemotherapy. I had a limb salvage surgery to try and save my leg. Ultimately, that did not work, so we ended up amputating above the knee.
God.
Um, but it's been pretty good, I'd say. It's so far. I mean, nothing to complain about really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what has it been like trying to navigate the world without a leg?
Initially it was hard, so I'm a below the knee amputee. I'm a lefty, so I start every day on the right foot, as you should. And I have horrible leg puns, so I'm sorry in advance.
Oh, those
Um,
are great.
Um, yeah, so the way that my chemo worked out was I did like 3 rounds of chemo, then they did my amputation, then I did 3 more rounds of chemo. So like for the first 4 months right after my amputation, I couldn't actually get fitted for a leg because my weight was fluctuating. So once I finally got a leg, it took me like another 4 months to learn how to walk. It was a lot of, I didn't realize how good your leg has to fit on your body because I was putting in the work with my physical therapist, but like my prosthesis wasn't fitting correctly. Like the liner wasn't working. I had to get different kinds of, there was a lot of like measurements that were sort of off and putting socks on and different combinations. So once I got walking down, it was sort of like smooth sailing. Then eventually, I'm not sure if you have a running blade, but that was my favorite thing to put on and do. And once, because it was really weird, it took me forever to learn to walk, but I put on the running blade and it was so natural. It actually felt the closest to running that I think I'll ever be able to get. So it's one of my prized possessions by far.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to actually be able to get a running blade back
Yay,
in 2022.
nice.
So that was great. I've grown out of it since as I've grown, but it's so fun to be able to run around those things and just be
Oh yeah,
active. And it
oh
just
yeah.
makes you feel like a complete person again.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I was going through my amputation, that was in January of 2020. So I got my prosthetic at the end of February that year, right before the COVID pandemic started. So it was tough for me, at least, to be able to learn how to walk because physical therapy was always canceled.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest, but I was able to overcome it, and now I'm able to walk as great as anyone with a prosthetic can.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, thanks. When you post on Instagram or share on social media, what emotions or messages do you hope people feel or take away?
I know for me personally, so initially when I was diagnosed, I was stage 3, and then 2021, I got bumped up to stage 4. So I kind of want my post to be not like inspirational in any sort of way, but just showing you that you can like live life to the fullest despite your diagnosis, whatever that may be. Whether you lost a leg, you have stage 4 cancer, like you're able to live like fully. And I try to show like a range of emotions. Like it's not us as cancer survivors to always be that poster to be like, you got this, you can do this, I'm a brave warrior. Because it's like a vast emotions. Sometimes you get angry, sometimes you get sad, like you lose friends along the way. Like it's a very complicated bittersweet journey. So it's just a way to, for me to kind of like at least get my story out there so you don't feel so alone, but also to know that despite everything, you can still live a good life. Like nothing is a death sentence or nothing is like permanent. You find like a new normal despite the situation you may be in. At least that's for me. I don't know what it's like for you if you post on social media.
Yeah, I mean, just living life to the fullest.
Yeah,
Just you're here. That's what's that's what counts right now. We
exactly.
were all lucky enough to be brought onto this earth,
Yes,
and our time here is very valuable.
it is.
Yeah, so I love your mentality. I love your mindset. It's a great way to approach things. I have posted on social media in the past when I was going through my treatment. I haven't really gotten back to it. I used to do these motivational Monday videos where actually every single Monday I'd go on and there's a story on my Instagram page. I'd just share a brief message with everyone during the pandemic. That
Oh,
was
that's
when I was
cool.
in, I believe, seventh grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
really cool. I like that.
yeah, now I'm a senior.
Oh, wow.
It's
We're
been a,
proud of
it's been
you.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. There must be some really heavy moments where it feels like your body or situation is just working against you. How do you keep yourself going mentally, emotionally, and spiritually?
Yeah, definitely. Um, chemo has been tough for me, especially when I got stage 4, the chemo got tougher because your body's been through more. Um, So honestly, I rely heavily on my family a lot. Like that support system is really valuable. And sometimes I almost feel bad because I know I feel helpless, but I know when they're there with me, they also feel helpless. So it's kind of like this give and take sort of situation. But yeah, they really help me out. Um, and honestly, it's just like digging deep, trying to find like little small like goals, like, okay, like I know chemo starts today, but I know by Wednesday I'll be done. And then by Sunday I'll start feeling better. So the little goals to kind of get you through to the next like stepping stone. Because yeah, chemo can take a toll on you. I've been through man, I don't even know, 5 different kinds of chemo. All have their own challenges in their own ways. So I know personally, the one that I hate the most is my 5-day infusion, where it's like 5 straight days and you can't leave. I'm assuming you might be made with the same
Oh
kind of
yeah.
chemo. Yeah, it's awful. It's probably the worst one. So if you
Yeah.
can make it through that, you can make it through anything, I think.
Yeah, it's not easy. I
No.
remember my second round of chemo, I believe it was. My mom had tried to that was my first 5 day.
Yeah.
So I did 7 5 day in the hospital, and then I did 7 2 days. So
Okay.
those were my 14 rounds. Um I think it was my second round, or maybe it was my fourth round. One of the 5 days, they tried to, just knock me out for the whole thing because I got so sick from the chemo. I'm
Yep.
sure you can relate. It just doesn't make you feel great.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been knocked out for sure. They're just like, it's just better to be asleep. And I was like, you know
Yeah,
what? I think I'm going to take that and roll with it.
yeah. I mean, I remember my first round at least. It was just I didn't know what to expect, so I had a full meal before, and I was thought it was just going to be all easy, and
Yeah.
it didn't work out so well.
No, even with all the medicine they have out there, it just, you can't prepare yourself for
Yeah, it
it.
just poisons your body,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, but they tried to just knock me out, and I think it lasted for a few hours. I woke up asking if it was Tuesday because I went in on a Friday, asking if I had slept the whole time, and the the nurse said that I was not allowed to take Benadryl anymore because that's what they gave me, and they thought that I was going crazy.
Oh no.
So it wasn't great, but I can't even imagine you've been fighting your battle for so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you stay like motivated, or how do you just stay with it?
Well, it seems counterintuitive, but like I try to balance how much time I put into my cancer stuff, like talking about it, and like in my social media stuff. You have to find that balance. Like I want to be a part of the community, but you can't let it consume you.
You
So I
can't let
try
it be your whole personality.
exactly. So well, I love podcasts like this. I love sharing my message and posting on social media. But once I'm off of this, I focus on real life, like my kid, my job, my husband. Like as I try to put myself out of like that cancer world as much as I can. And if I feel good, it makes it even easier because I just pretend everything's like normal, like I don't have cancer. Like right now, even though I'm on oral chemo, I do feel good and I do feel fine. I'm able to get around and do all the stuff I want to. So I just kind of take that, hold on to it as tight as I can and pray it lasts as long as possible. That's all you can do. One day at a time. That's what I like to say.
Yeah, it felt like when I was going through my journey, at least, that there was never any light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's tough, but my family was there for me, friends. I had the support system is absolutely huge.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
the nurses and doctors being nice also makes the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What makes you want to share your story publicly instead of just keeping it to yourself and with your family?
Well, I think you'll know this better than anyone. Sarcoma, very rare, very underfunded. So the more people that can get out there and show this is affecting people, probably brings more awareness, more research. I know personally I was misdiagnosed for about 5 or 6 years because they just assume you're young, it's a lump, what's the big deal? So hopefully, just like I said, more awareness, um, and just more honestly, like, I don't know if this is bad or good, but I'm running into more people with sarcoma, which I don't know if that means like either the community is growing because there's more cancer or more people are putting the story out there, which good or bad, I'm not quite sure. But again, it's just to at least be like, hey, like there's another sarcoma survivor here, another person who's going through the same chemo as you, or hey, and still here 8 years later. It's definitely like you want to see the success stories because a lot of the time, a lot of like the people who lost their battles is like that's sort of like kind of like the front page. But there's a lot of survivors out there or people who are actively going through treatment with children, with jobs to show you that it's possible. So I know that's good for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to highlight both. I think that cancer is just such a evil disease that it
Yeah,
doesn't care who you are or what your goals are in life. It'll just come and it'll take you out some
yeah,
of the time, which is really unfortunate. So you were diagnosed, or you noticed the lump when you were 17, right?
yeah,
And you just thought that was just a bump.
yeah.
And how long, you said it was 5 or 6 years after.
Yeah, 5%. I saw several podiatrists who told me it was just like a benign cyst. It was very small, didn't grow, it didn't move. And it's when I got pregnant that my foot bump started to grow like exponentially. It's from like a dime to a golf ball. And at that point, people started taking me seriously. But they still thought it was benign. They're just like, hey, we have to remove it because you can't walk anymore. I was like, that'd be great. So, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of had a similar experience getting diagnosed. I started feeling pains. I remember the exact first day I felt aching pains in my femur. It was Halloween of 2018. And I was
Okay.
trick-or-treating. I got this really weird pain. I had no idea what it was. I was in fourth grade at the time. Um, I went on with my life for months, and I was eventually diagnosed in March of 2019. So, kind of what is that, 7 months?
Mm,
Something
mhm.
around there. But the doctor said the same thing. It's growing pains. It's not a big deal. You shouldn't worry about it. It'll pass. So it's so rare that it gets often gets overlooked,
Yeah,
and it's really unfortunate.
yeah, I agree.
If you can go back and talk to yourself right after your first diagnosis, what would you say?
Oh, that's tough. Um, that it's gonna be okay. We do make it longer than what we have in our head. Um, I'm not sure if I mentioned to myself that we could upgrade it to stage four, maybe ignorance is bliss in that. But just reassuring myself that's gonna be okay. You do make it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not the death sentence that you think it is. You'll be able to see your daughter grow, which is what I was afraid of when, like I said, I was only 6 weeks out from giving birth. So I initially thought I wouldn't see my daughter turn one, let alone turn eight. So it's been wonderful watching her grow. That's probably one of my biggest motivations to be able to go through as much hell and back as I have, is to be able to be here to watch her grow. That's she's honestly like the baby cliche, but like a little guardian angel because without her, my bum didn't grow, people didn't take me seriously, and now she's kind of like my guiding force to continue onward. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that you and your daughter have a great relationship.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's amazing. Um, when people think of your story years from now, what do you hope really sticks with them?
Um, I hope that they see that I'm like genuine. I really showed like the vast array of emotions that come with cancer and sort of an amputation journey. That I wasn't always trying. There's a kind of like this idea that you always have to be like optimistic and positive, which are definitely great things to have. I think it's definitely useful to have them. But I think it's also appropriate to sort of embrace the quote unquote bad emotions. Like you're going to have sadness, you're going to have anger, because it's not really fair. I mean, at least I was a little bit older when I got diagnosed, but being in fourth, fifth, sixth grade, having to go through chemo and whatever you may have to go through, that's not fair as a child. Like I'm sure you felt kind of angry at the world. You probably couldn't play with your classmates. I can't even imagine um, seeing kids go through their own journeys, but just being able to be yourself and to know that it's going to be okay. Just sort of take it day by day and just do all you can, be that light in the world that you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many support systems around you, like you mentioned, and organizations and just people just wanting to support you that it's almost, it kind of distracts you from what's going on in a sense, although you do have that time at the end of the day to think, what am I going through?
Yeah.
It's not, it's not pleasant. I remember just sitting in my bed after rounds of chemo when my family would be out doing stuff. I'd just feel sick to my stomach, just sitting, laying in bed, just thinking why I couldn't be outside playing basketball or playing baseball. Like you mentioned, just being a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. What messages do you want to spread with the world?
I think my biggest one is specifically that stage four cancer isn't a death sentence and that you can live a wonderful life with it. You kind of have to walk with it, but it doesn't have to, I think we mentioned earlier, like define you. So, and I was also finding that balance between being a part of a community that is so great. I couldn't, not that I want to be in a sarcoma community, but all the people that I met have been absolutely wonderful. I met some great people and friends that I wouldn't have if I didn't have this. So there's always that little sliver of, you know, light in every horrible journey. But yeah, that just stage four, it's very scary, but there's people that obviously want to support you and that, you can still do things. Um, because I was scared. When you're stage 4, you're like, this is it. This is the end. Let me pack up my bags. But I've been stage 4, 21, 2, 3, 4 for 4 years now. And I still live a great life, I think. So
Yeah, I mean, just take it one day at a time.
yeah, that's all
That's
you
all
can
you
do.
can do. Just be grateful that you're still here.
Yeah, that's a big
That's
one.
I'm grateful every day.
Yeah, me too.
And it's unfortunate how many people have perished from this disease
Yeah.
and how many more people will continue to. Yeah, it's pretty sad, but doing things like this and spreading awareness, I think it's really important. And I definitely enjoy it, being able to connect with members of or people, different people who have gone through different struggles. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Is there anything else that you'd want to say before we wrap up?
I don't think so. You had some pretty good questions. So I think you had a nice array. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I hope you continue to do well and reach out anytime you want
Yeah,
to
you
talk or
too.
anything.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
too.
really enjoyed meeting you.
You too.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. You don't have to wait for life to be perfect to live it fully. Marisa's journey reminds us that strength isn't found in the absence of struggle. It's built in the middle of it. There's a quiet power in choosing to live with intention when the future is uncertain. In finding beauty on the hardest days. In holding space for both the pain and the joy. Resilience isn't about having all the answers. It's about choosing to keep going anyway. And that choice, day after day, is its own kind of victory.